And we are back! And
Hooray.
Mr. Damien somehow got attached to the ceiling. We don't know why. Ah! All right, and if you look at the stream right now, everybody has his picture of his character next to his face.
Oh, nice. I already
So
had a kitty cat.
people, yeah, you have a kitty cat, and now you have a kitty cat face as well. And she even made all the faces apart from one look the same way, which is awesome. Which is probably already like that. So, welcome back everyone. I will try and give a short recap of what has happened so far in the story. So, our heroes have awakened in a tavern called the Happy Boar, where they somehow seem to have turned into other creatures than they remember they were. They then stumbled down and met Rob, who was at first very frightened, then trying to extort them for money, and then he told them a couple things, only to be disturbed by a bunch of guards who came to take them away. One of the guards was a bit simple and held Damien's hand, but the others were very stern and unfriendly. They clasped them in irons, apart from Ivy, because her arms are just too large for them. They took them. Oh, and Damien. Sorry, unicorns. Very good. Damien actually found Groggy the Toad under his bed in his room at the beginning of the story, and then moved to the other guys. Okay, so they were on the way to the prison, and they did kind of talk about maybe trying to escape, but they decided against it, and they got locked into a cell in between a couple of witches, turn out later. They have sent Groggy the Toad on his quest for his life to Gwendolyn the witch, the one witch that hasn't been captured yet, and is, by as far as the witches tell them, a very powerful person in herself. And hopefully she will come and rescue everything and everyone. In the meantime, Damien has opened a couple of the handcuffs that Leo and Timothy had on. They just both have one hand still in there with the chain hanging from it. And his chains have been kind of manhandled, I would almost say, by Ivy. Woman-handled.
Hey, and me.
Oh, and Timothy, of course. Timothy broke a nail. That very important detail. We have to include that. And they were just trying to think of what else they could do when we return now with the rest of the story, or at least part 2.
Can I at least try to break free in some way with my thieves' tools, or can I really not get there? If not, I'm totally fine with it.
You can try this.
It's just like it feels stupid that if it is possible, I wouldn't have tried. Although things are banded now.
Yeah, let's say you can try it with a disadvantage because of the funny angle your hands are in.
Oh, sure. I could use a dagger if the thieves' tools are too delicate because of the bends. Can I say like to the roll? This is disadvantage, or shall I just roll twice?
You can roll twice. Pick the lower result.
A roll. That's a 16. And roll. That's a 21.
Well, Mr. Ragnarok, what do you think? Is he free? Is he not free?
I say a 16. After all that's happened to those cuffs, will at least open one of the manacles.
Woo! You're so skilled.
Okay. You're so loud.
Very good work. Very good work.
That feels much better.
Yep, but you still have one dangling on.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. It's a little distracting, though.
What are you doing in there?
Nothing of your concern, lady.
We're escaping.
There's no escape. I'm sure we're all gonna die. I read it in the runes yesterday.
No.
Leo,
I think
maybe shouldn't say that with a guard in the room.
no
There's still a
stalking.
guard in the room, remember?
Oh yeah.
No talking.
I really don't think he's listening that well.
No talking.
So, how do we get out of here?
What are all
I
your
thought you had a
guys'
plan.
passive perception, by the way? Give me a roundup. What you got?
13.
13.
12.
But I thought you had a plan, Leo.
I have a
Do you have
13.
I thought you had something up your butt. Up your sleeve, I mean.
Did he have a stick up his butt? What?
People with passive perception of 13 hear in the distance footsteps coming down the stairs.
Okay, let's wait. What happened first?
If you're,
I'll make shift. Yeah, I'll
yeah,
make
you
shift
should
to
do
the
like this, as if you're still cuffed.
Oh,
Quickly.
yep.
Trying to get at an
And I'll go
angle see
to the
what
front of
happens.
the. Oh yeah, and I'll walk to the front of the cage or the prison cell we're in, and I'll just lean to the against the bar. So.
Very casual. Very smooth.
Like some lizard folk solicitor.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Okay, so, Mr. Damien, you try and fake that the lock is still in place?
Yeah, sort of.
I would like to attempt the same.
Same here.
Just put it
what do you think?
together.
Deception? Deception. Or performance? They can choose, I think. That's a good one. Performance or deception?
I'll take a deception.
I'll take a deception as well.
As in, I'm not really making it a performance.
It really
It should
doesn't matter
really
for
be
me.
hidden, sort of. Okay, I have to fumble sometimes. 7.
It's not a bad one to fumble.
Natural 20!
I
Minus
I think
1.
you cuffed
90.
yourself again, man.
You're so good at it. It's totally there.
Ah shit, I'm
Believe in
stuck
yourself.
again.
Oh damn, there. Yeah.
Nice.
You convince yourself.
Ivy, you stand in front of the prison door, just leaning there, being all inconspicuous.
Like the cute lizard I am.
Oh yeah, you stick out your tongue like a forked tongue coming out. So.
Yeah.
Can you even whistle with a forked tongue?
Sure.
You can whistle
actually
two
work.
tunes at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's just say we.
Bonus on performance checks. What the fuck is that? And the footsteps come closer to the door, and you hear the lock. You hear it open, and you see the cranky guard from before who came to pick you up from the tavern, looking at you like, "What are you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Don't look at me like that, witch's spawn. And you 3 in the back. Come with me. The mayor wants to talk to you."
Just the 3 of us?
No, all of you.
Oh. Oh, I thought he was discriminating again. Jeez.
Time to give the mayor a piece of my mind.
No.
See what the mayor tell us.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
The guard
We're gonna figure this out.
The guard checks the manacles first. He checks them from Leo. He's like, "That seems right." Moves on to Skeets, or I'm gonna shoot
Hello.
Timothy. And he jangles them a bit, and they just stay in place.
See? It's perfectly fine, right? Yeah.
But Damien, he pulls on your manacles, and one of them comes loose.
Oh, so I wasn't cuffed at all.
He's like,
If
"What is this?"
if
Cuff him
only
again.
I had.
I'm
If
sorry,
only I had
sir. It must
known.
be my fault. I might not have attached him correctly.
Aww.
I I could have had a much more comfortable stay so far, if I had known.
Well, if anything, you know that he was also holding the hand of that guard over there, right? I'm pretty sure they're in on this together.
Hey,
No, he was just
I don't believe
helpful.
that. Come
no,
again.
no talking, bird.
So, unfortunately, Damien, you get cuffed again. The one
No.
loose is now again stuck. But Timothy and Leo, you managed to slip through the inspection of the cuffs, seemingly still cuffed and attached, as it should be. And Ivy, you still don't have cuffs on because they don't fit. He's like, the guard gives you like them again, like, he's got a piece of rope. You know what?
Oh no, just walk. I'll walk behind you. Don't worry.
Fine.
Look, I got it.
You move out of the prison cell, up the stairs. You feel the cold winter air blowing across your face again. Ivy, you are starting to struggle with the cold. It's not that bad, but you feel the frost like getting to you. Your clothing is a bit too tight, not too warm, not very suited for your form. So you feel like if you are staying out in cold too long, you will suffer consequences.
Sir, could you hold my head? I'm chilly.
Well, of course.
Sure.
Oh, you got
I was
fur.
happy.
Oh,
I'd be
okay.
Oh.
happy to help.
And I'll try to walk next to Damien and be like,
Just stay close.
On our way out, can I try to trip and fall over my own feet?
you try?
You're gonna try or you're gonna do?
I'm gonna basically trip and fall, and as I'm falling, I'm like, I'm sorry. Have you guys still got my walking stick?
I'll say that falls on the line of deception or maybe performance as well.
Good luck.
Yeah, you can roll.
-1. I can't see it.
19.
Oh, nice. 18 in total.
Is that on deception or performance?
Performance.
You step out. You make the impression that you trip and fall face down in the snow. You got like snow covering your face, like in your hair. Your entire face starts to get white. You now look like a bit of a yeti. But you say that like, "Oh man, I need my walking stick," and the guard's like, "Fine, giving a man his walking stick.
Oh, I'll go grab it.
Just hurry up,
Okay.
damn it."
Nice.
You get your walking stick back, Mr.
Super. And then I continue to walk with the rest.
You are brought to a house. The only one that seems a bit well made in this town. Most of the houses are made with wood or a combination of mud and straw. But this one has a stone basis and a proper thatched roof on top. A bit of smoke trickles from the chimney in the back. And you're brought in mansion. You first arrive in a small room where a person sitting behind a desk is writing some stuff, whose eyes turn big at the sight of you. It's she's looking all baffled and bewildered at what's walking through the front door of the mansion.
Good morning.
That's what she does, waves and stares at you. You're brought into a rather big room with a big wooden table in the middle, and at the end of it sits a man. Nice clothing, not quite nobility, but you think he's trying to emulate the look of nobility. It's a young man, gruffy beard still, but still in prime. He's brown hair, and he looks at you. You can see his eyes are red from maybe tired or tears. You're not sure, but he clearly has been emotional for something. The guard brings you to the front and sets you on each side of the table, across from the man sitting there, who stares at you intently.
Good morning.
Who are you?
Ah, welcome. I mean, hello. Sorry. Great to meet your acquaintance. My name is Timothy. What is your name?
My name is the Burgermeister Ringwood.
Oh,
What
Burgermeister.
manner of creatures are you, if not witch pawn?
Well, now that is something interesting. Well, as you can see, I am like an avian creature. He over there is a feline creature. That one over there is more like a reptile, and that one is a cow.
Wait, what?
That's true, that's true.
So rude.
He sat with a straight face.
Oh, it does explain the tail.
I can see, Dad, I'm not blind.
Well, then why do you ask?
Well, Sir Burgermeister.
Yes.
Could you explain what witch pawn might be? Because as far as we know, we were not like this before this morning.
That's true. That's true.
You
Yeah.
have no recollection of being such creature?
Definitely not.
Well, technically
I can assure
speaking,
you.
Shh.
Let him finish. What were you trying to say?
well, what I was
Mr.
going to
Bird?
say is
I'll
that,
give you a glare.
and I look at well, technically speaking, I only have recollection of being this creature. We woke up without any memory, you see.
But did you not also feel uncomfortable with this?
Very. I suddenly have a very
Appearance.
large nose.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, Mr. Timothy.
Deception, you said, right? Oh, no, persuasion. Oh, that's fine too, by the way. That's fine too.
Oh yeah, you forget to tell you fell out of the rafters when waking up, so it's unicorns. That is true.
Hmm?
You
Yep.
fell out of the rafters when you wake up.
Ah,
I'll take the 23 if you don't mind.
Nice.
deformance.
That's not how that works.
A bit of both.
Interesting.
Quite.
And it goes for all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, it does.
One could argue that we are the victims, in fact.
Could very well be true, but you still look like witch's spawn. Although you sound quite convinced that this is not the case.
And we're
Could you
quite
please
well-mannered. I can assure you.
Most
You at least
definitely.
talk like a decent person, so yes. Thank you for that. If you're not witch's spawn, then what are you? I've never seen creatures like you.
Me neither.
Who are you asking? Because
Well,
we
you.
don't know either, Sir Burgermeister. We were as baffled as you are now.
It all happened in the tavern, the Happy Boar. The innkeep can confirm.
That is where you turned into these creatures?
Who knows?
We
Where
assume
we
so,
woke up?
yes.
Seems to be that way.
I highly doubt that. I know Rob my entire life. He is not one to mingle with witches.
Who's
He
Rob?
was as surprised as we were
Oh,
when we came downstairs.
Have you been to the festival last night?
who knows? we have no idea.
Your
We have
entire
no,
memory
not
has
any
been wiped.
Well,
recollection.
with the exception of our names, apparently.
Odd.
And we all have the feeling we have known each other before.
Hmm.
And we had a hangover when we woke up, so probably part of the festival.
And we speak the language quite well. If I may say so myself.
And we actually had some stuff lying next to our bed, so that clearly means that, we had it from before. I mean, look at the state of this bedroll. It's well used. This can't be, from just one night.
Well, it's a good point, Timothy, because the clothes that were next to my bed didn't really fit that well. Suggesting,
Mine's neither.
well, yours look quite well on you, although they're a little bit tight.
Why, thank you.
It's a little tight around the chest.
Bring the breastplate, stretcher. So, it seems to me you are indeed victims of these witches.
How dare you?
No, those are some wise words.
I make a bow.
God, you can leave us for now, but stand by in case these ruffians try something. The guard leaves. It's
okay.
the door behind you.
Not in our
And he's
Not in
dead.
our
You may sit.
It's like rolling 2 6s in a row after each other. Not gonna happen that often.
He gestures to the table in front of him, where some chairs are still open and free. If you choose to sit, you can sit.
I'll strut over and then I'll sit on one of the chairs.
I'll keep standing because the chair probably won't fit me well.
I'll
Now,
also
as you
stay
move
standing.
try, you notice that the handles on the side don't quite fit your form, and you the side you're like nah, and you stand up. It's like, okay.
And I'll rub myself warm a bit.
Inside here, it's quite comfortable, as a fireplace is roaring with heat.
Mm.
You feel like the warmth on your back, like your butt and your back is starting to get warm again.
Yes.
Yes, I got a warm butt.
So, if you're victims of the witches, you don't. It seems to me you would like to pay them back, right?
We weren't saying exactly that.
I didn't know we owed him anything. Are they still due our money?
Well,
No, I mean, you might
owe
want to
Leo.
turn back into your proper form.
Ah, like so. That would be great.
I would
And
prefer
well,
some
actually-
information first.
Well, and you see his eyes starting to well up a bit. You see the redness from his eyes, becoming a bit redder, and you see like the hint of maybe a tear coming from his eye.
Oh, and can I walk over to him?
It
He
seems you are leaking.
Your eyes are leaking.
he shifts a bit back as you do that, IV,
It's not even dark.
and he points back to the chair for you.
And I'll just do like that. Wait. And I'll walk back then. See, I learned from last time.
Huge lizard.
Last night, My lovely little daughter has been kidnapped by these witches.
I turned into a toad.
Into a what?
No, yeah, I was just having a thought. Never mind. Continue, please.
If you have any information, please share this with me.
After your story, I'm still thinking.
My daughter went out last night to the festival. And I'm sure the witches did something to her that brainwashed her. And I don't know what they have done, but they've taken her.
Oh no.
And that one witch, that Gwendolyn, court takes her soul, if she even has one. She must have taken my daughter as the main witch.
Did she make demands?
I demanded to let my daughter return to me unharmed, and I would let them out, but they refused. They didn't even deny it, so I rounded them all up.
But Leo, as Leo asked, did they make any demands?
No, but this is what witches do.
Oh.
So Gwendolyn contacted you to say, "Hey, I got your daughter."
No, she disappeared last night during the winter festival when the witches did their thing.
What thing?
You know what witches always
Alright.
do? Hand out potions to random strangers, turn them into creatures like you.
Oh,
Oh,
so you
right.
are known to these kind of practices.
I've tried to stop this. I'm sure this town will get rid of magic soon.
All right.
All right.
So I guess there's at least finding this witch and hopefully your daughter and changing things back to normal.
Yeah, let us help you.
So, if you can bring my daughter back to me, I will force the witches to turn you back into your normal form.
If we still agree on that by that time,
Hmm.
I
I
guess.
mean, look at this.
Would
Well, I've heard stories that if you do not fix this soon, you will turn into the creature. Now you are stuck still.
Aha.
Oh. Oh.
Well, you are quite well known with these practices, Sir
We've had
Burgermeister.
shenanigans in the past before.
Okay, well then it does not really explain the way we were handled. If this is a common happening in the village, but nonetheless we are being taken much more seriously now than before, and I would say, well, giving a bit of help and gathering some extra information and having these cuffs are taken off is one way to go that I would definitely agree with.
I'm very pleased to hear that. I'm sure my daughter will be very grateful too to be returned to me.
Oh, Burgermeister.
Anything to her. Yes,
Um,
lizard
you're-
person.
Ivy. Your wife must be very worried as well. And I study him while he answers.
Roll an insight check if you understand. He says, she's beyond grief that our daughter has been taken from us.
Hold on, inside. Ugh. Hold on.
Well,
Oh.
skibbity-doo.
Skibbidi-boop-bap.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
And it's 7.
He seems generally
Applause.
distraught or sad.
Okay.
At least you don't get the notion that he's trying to pull your leg or anything.
Where was your daughter last seen? We can help.
She was at the festival, the winter festival.
Okay.
What's her name?
Her name is Anne.
Right, that's easy to remember.
It's way better than groggy.
What were you saying, Timothy?
Nothing. Nothing. I was just amusing how nice the name Anne sounds. So that's definitely someone that we should rescue, right?
Right. Because of the name.
Yes. Quite so.
All right.
Is it possible that I can borrow a cloak or something when we go outside, do our searchy thing?
He sizes you up. You're looking up and down like. Not entirely sure if I have anything that fits you, but think we could make some kind of arrangements. Maybe
Cool.
one of the curtains fits.
Sure, thanks.
Well, that's generous.
Sounds
You will have
lovely.
a cloak befitting royalty, with such a large curtain dragging behind you.
Well, it would be one of the curtains in my
Won't be
study.
dragging.
Ones here. And he gestures to the curtains here, which are covering windows like more than 2 meters height. And the windows are quite large here in this room. You think, yeah, you can put it on your back, but you'll be dragging the entire thing behind you the entire time.
Like the queen you
Nice.
are.
Like, smile away, boy, smile away.
Fabulous queen.
Could you undo us our manacles then, and maybe get the rest of our stuff?
Yes, I will make that happen.
Oh, I
God,
have another
come in here,
question.
unshackle these.
I'll make these
Creatures.
these huge cat eyes.
Nice.
Piece of boots.
The guard that has held your hand and said no talking. He's like absent-mindedly looking into your eyes, and I have to look here for you, but he just
I
he
can see
just
you now there.
he just kind of drooling, and he's not making any progress.
Thank you.
Shit.
One of the other guards smacks him across the head on the back.
Oh. No slap, talking.
No
Oh yeah,
slap.
sure. Here you go, sir. I like you. You're pretty, and he pets you on the head.
Probably feels good in some way.
If
You're
you do
all,
turn into a cat, I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
I have one more
I mean,
question.
One
before we
of
go.
the ones who shifted, by the way, you, Damien, they
No.
start to mess with it a bit, and they try to unlock it, but it's quite hard as the lock has been shifted from all the jimmying in the cells. So they're like moving it a bit, trying to unlock it. Like, sir, this one doesn't open. It's been. I'm not sure what happened to it. Then fetch the blacksmith, you buffoon.
Meanwhile, can I
Definitely
ask
come in
something
handy.
else?
You can always do that, yes.
I have never fought a witch before, I think. So, how do we. Are there. And you seem to know a lot, so. Got any tips?
Fire.
Off with their heads.
Maybe bad,
Access.
huh?
Mm-hmm. So, what's your question exactly? Can you repeat it, please?
How do we beat witches? If we find that necessary.
Setting them on fire normally helps quite well, or removing their heads from their bodies. Beware of their foul magic and their minions, though.
Their minions?
Minions, yes. They have all manner of creatures doing their bidding. That's why we thought at first you were witches' spawn.
Ah.
Your feud with the witches seems older than a day. What were your dealings with them in the past?
Like I said, we have shenanigans in the past. Every time we have a winter festival, these witches turn up and cause all kinds of havoc. I've had it with these magical things messing with the order in town.
I understand.
So I'm sure if you can take out this main witch, order can be restored finally. As you remove the head from the snake, so to speak. And you can all be returned to normal.
One thing, because you are asking us to remove the head of the snake, so to speak. But the problem is that all our cutlery, so to say, has been taken from us the moment that we were, well, less than pleasantly thrown in whatever that thing was. It doesn't. I really would redecorate it. It's not very friendly.
It's a prison. It's not supposed to be friendly. Reserved for all those nasty troublemakers.
Then
So-
why were we thrown in? We're not troublemakers. We were good folk. We even paid the innkeep because he asked us to.
Like I said, we've had our fair share of dealings in the past with all manner of creatures. Perhaps you were witch's spawn, we didn't know for sure. But you're out now, aren't you?
Yeah, so if we could get our cutlery, so to speak, we could go on our way.
And still the manacles of
Oh, right.
Maybe
We
yes.
could,
Great as well.
we could visit the blacksmith ourselves. And maybe.
Sure, you're already going to help me.
take-
We will return your cutlery to you so you can remove certain vital body parts of the witch so she may no longer pester us in our village.
I have a question.
If need be.
Sir,
Yes.
I didn't see any cutlery. I just saw like battle axes and stuff.
Oh, well, we will
Yes,
we
that's
would
mine.
take those then. Yes,
Do-
thank you.
what do
very
you mean by
much.
cutlery, sir?
Well, normally cutlery would be this, and I'd get out a mess kit. Like normally that would be this, but this time it's we meant something different because apparently I had some sort of I don't know a sickle, one might call it. Maybe I was a farmer one day. I don't
My-
remember.
My head hurts from
my.
that. Should I just get their stuff, Mayor? Mr. Ringroot?
Yes,
Aw.
you should.
Okay, I'll be right back then. And no talking.
They can talk, fans.
Sorry.
Oh, full.
Yes, talking.
Oh.
And I leave.
Give
Oh,
these
Mayor.
people something to drink.
Yes,
They're going to rescue my daughter.
have a drink yourself too, because you're having a rough time, it seems.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Can I hug you?
No. No, you cannot. Maybe if you turn a bit more normal.
Less green. Yeah, you wanted to say that.
I was trying to be polite and say normal.
Well, I've become
You
here.
are victims here. I will make sure these witches in the dungeon make potions for you to be turned back to your normal self. Under proper supervision, of course.
But
There were witches in the dungeon.
Oh.
just a question because you're asking them to turn us back to normal, right?
Yes.
I don't remember what I was before this. How do they know?
I'm sure they'll figure something out. They got you into this mess. I'm sure they will figure out a way to get you out of this mess. After all,
Ah.
their fault for you being in this kind of form you are right now.
I agree.
And they will do so because you asked them nicely?
Yeah.
That must
Nice.
be done before taking off their heads then.
Or like the head of their beloved leader, you know.
Well, right now they are good collateral. I mean, keeping them would be good for negotiation if it comes to that. think it
So
would be
just
wise to
Gwen
keep
and
them
you.
alive for now.
Right, right.
At least until we returned with more news. Right?
I'm sure the main instigator is still the main witch.
We will find her.
Make sure you do. Otherwise, he might be stuck in this form. He might turn into a cow for real. He might end up on someone's plate eventually. Gross.
Yeah.
That's actually.
Cows are nice. You shouldn't
I'm
eat
sorry
them.
that this
Prefer
happened
not.
to you. The thought alone makes me sick.
It's not that bad. I mean, we're all gorgeous in our own ways.
I really wonder what happened yesterday and how this could have gone so far.
Shall we take a 3-minute break, ladies and gentle people?
Do you have to pee
You got
again?
that pee?
I always have to pee.
It's the hourly break.
Go, 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 go!
All right, I'll be back.
I'll supply myself on water then.
Same here.
I'll remain.
Mr. P says unicorns. Yes, he is.
Mr.
He is, yes.
So meanwhile, we can answer some things from the stream if people have questions.
Oh, yeah. Speculate about the mayor's love life. Oh,
So you can speculate about this love life.
No.
That's one.
Well,
His daughter, so
well.
wow.
I think. Never mind. I'm not going to.
I'm thinking something too, but I didn't find out the answer.
Ah, so the stream asks us if we're enjoying ourselves.
Pretty much.
is Ivy cold-blooded, so slowing down in the cold? Well, unicorns, that's
Oh.
something for her to find out. But yes, she did already
La, la,
figure
la.
out that she doesn't like the cold at all.
And maybe I'll speed up in the warmth, but I gotta find out.
Exactly.
Maybe.
But there's a very furry friend walking by.
Yes!
by.
I see that Mary asks if
If
my
you're,
throat doesn't.
yeah.
Well,
Right.
no, actually, this doesn't hurt at all. This is like second nature to me.
Yes, you have a voice like this.
Skull. Oh, I think we need to drink.
I've also just noticed that my accent for
Oh,
the
nice.
is shifting a bit. I was going for one thing and then shifting to another thing and moving back to another thing. Is
Ah,
I didn't
Skull.
notice. It was fine.
Skull!
a dragon. Yes. That would have been you, Sturdy Aaron. You win the dragon. Job's done. Mr. P is back.
Mr. P.
What?
Winner gear?
Thanks for the skål, or stay hydrated. Probably change that back to stay hydrated at some point.
Right. After a few minutes, a man with an apron walks in. His face is a bit smudged. His hands are rough. He has his hair pulled back in dreads. He's not bare chested, but you can see underneath his cloak that he's not wearing much clothing. Off the chest, the waist down, he's properly clothed. Ivy, behave yourself. He walks in and says, "You call for me?"
Well, I think some of us need some help with these shackles. Don't
Yeah, I do.
We are not even wearing any shackles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
I
Too
see.
bad.
What in court's name are you, kitty person?
What? Well, I would like to
Well.
make a smexy comment, but I don't have any, so just help my friend, please.
Let's not ask about who is what, and what is who.
Whatever. Come over here. There was a problem with your lock.
Well, mine is out, right? Mine is
No,
okay.
you're still stuck. You're the
Really?
only one that's still stuck. That one was very much jimmied. It was.
So I fucked it up.
No, they re-locked me because my
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one
but they
was
all
jimmied.
unlocked you. But your one is still stuck. The one that was,
Oh, I misunderstood.
yeah, the one that was
Sorry.
spooled is shifted in a way that
yeah,
they
I
couldn't
guess.
unlock anymore. But
I
the
thought they,
others
they
of
I
you
thought
are-
I got new shackles.
Yeah, no, they.
Never mind. It's
Yeah.
okay. Let's go on.
He moves to
I
you,
just-
he moves to you, and he looks at the one shackle that was still stuck, because the other one came off easily. That's the one they relocked. The other one that was shifted and pulled by Ivy and Timothy.
No, I get it. Yeah.
He's looking at it like, well, what the hell did you do with that?
I did it. Are you impressed? Are you impressed? I mean, you must like muscles. Are you impressed?
There's no. Is it
Well, I'm
something you
impressed.
cannot work with?
Stop. That's what I'm impressed with. Let me get my tools. And he gets something from his belt. Some a hammer and a piece of and a file and other things. And he moves to place
Careful,
your
sport.
hand on your wrist to the table. And the mayor's like, "What do you think you're doing?" "Well, it has to come off, right?" "Not on my table. Do it in the hallway or something. Use the desk from the clerk."
Oh, that was a clerk. That makes more sense now.
Well, let's go that way then.
Out of the conference room, and you are now standing in the hallway.
Hmm.
And he places
I'm
your,
following.
places your hands, well, your wrist down on the table that was used by the clerk, and he gets his hammer and he goes like, "Kink, kink." Hits it a few times and breaks open. The lock is like totally ruined. He's like, "Well, I can still use this. Am I done now?"
Well, you can keep it as payment then. Thank you very much.
The guard nods at him and he moves out.
Whew.
He wiggles his bum a bit. No, he doesn't.
But
Alrighty. Then just waiting on our stuff and we can go, right? Investigate.
At my curtain.
The royal curtain. Yes.
all right.
Takes a few minutes, but the one guard comes back with the cutlery. He's like, "Here you go."
Here you are. Job's
They
done.
also look familiar.
Job's done. Indeed, like unicorns.
We're brothers. It was like completely in sync.
Yep.
Perfect.
And you get all your stuff back. So now you have your weapons and the equipment that you might have lost, but you had all your other stuff on you. Handed back to you. You're all given a drink from the mayor. It's a fine-ish wine. Not too great, but not too shabby. He offers it to you as some kind of olive branch for what happened to you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
he says,
Thanks.
with a bit of a quiver in his voice, he says, "Bring my little girl back to me, please. Bring her back from these filthy witches."
We'll do our best. It's also in our own favor.
And he gestures for you to leave the room. And after Ivy gets handed a curtain from the study for her to wrap herself in a bit.
It's nice and green like mine back there.
Oh, thank you.
Meanwhile, Timothy is still awkwardly trying to drink the wine.
I can't actually do that right now, or my hats will fall off. Thanks for the hat redeems, guys, and the stay hydrated or
How
score.
many do you have on?
2. This is
Two.
1, and this is 2. I'm sure it will be more soon.
Sure, let me get on that.
There we are. That's Mary.
I obliged him to put on a hat. Yeah.
Oh God, here we go. 2.
Infinite,
You guys are crazy.
infinite amount of hats.
All right.
All right, this goes.
So
Now what?
far, so hat.
I think that's
so
about it.
fancy.
Maybe we could share that.
You guys can't see it.
No, we can't see it.
The stream
a
can.
little bit.
Yeah.
We see
I
pies.
feel like Chiquita Banana Girl.
Chiquita.
Thanks,
As I left
guys.
side, I turned to Timothy and I'm like, You're pretty smart. Doesn't really make sense for the witches to kidnap the daughter, right?
I am so sorry. I couldn't hear half of what you said. One could argue that my connection went away for a bit. Could you repeat that to me?
You're pretty smart. It doesn't really make sense that the witches would kidnap his daughter, right? It would only bring more pressure in their relationship, make things more tense.
Well,
They did not make any demands. I'm
well,
confused.
if you think about it, right? Because the witches in the prison, the very old hotel told us that they could turn people into animals, and then do this at the festivities, as a party trick, if you would.
Mhm.
I think maybe because the daughter also went there, that she has undergone the same thing, and I think she may have been transformed into a frog named Groggy.
A toad. It was a toad.
Wouldn't it make
No
more
way.
sense that they would look more like us then?
Who
Like what
knows?
happened to us?
Maybe they can be transformed into regular creatures, and in that case, you send her to her death.
Wait, well, I did what?
Oh, you didn't
Well, we
stop
were
him.
we were
Well.
told.
No, nothing. I just wanted to
We-
say, like, if he didn't do that, then she looked very
I didn't
appetizing.
mean to.
The mayor seemed to know that about this happening, changing people into animals, and that if we stay too long like this, however quite handy in my case, it might become like a permanent change into the
State.
actual animal.
Yeah.
And if the age of the person might, because that's at least one difference I bet on between us and this daughter. She might have been yeah, I didn't think of it, but a toad person before we woke up.
So, something that I was thinking of as well, right? Because, it is clear to me that Ivy used to be a strong person, and then you're a cat with some nimble fingers, so I'm sure you did something, I don't know, maybe you were a con
Playing
artist,
a
I don't know.
flute.
I
Oh.
don't like where you're going with
I
this.
mean, the cow here has a walking cane, so he used to be a very old person. I have no clue what I did. I have a sickle. I think I'm a farmer. I got a twig, and I've got some supplies, but I'm not sure what I did.
Make a history check, Timothy, trying to remember.
Here goes for history.
15.
So as you are saying these things and very logically going from one step to the next, tick, 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 you feel something brooding inside you. A force that you feel very familiar with. So you hadn't really noticed that it was there yet. But now you see it more brightly, and as some sort of expression of that force, you accidentally shoot a little fire bolt out of your hand into the snow.
No.
Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
And where the snow was is now a little puddle of water. And you
Maybe I can warm you up.
Oh. Oh yeah, you should try. Tell
and
you.
you
Oh,
completely
uh,
remember at least the potential that's in you and the spells and everything.
My.
Oh,
How chaotic it
Alright.
might be anyway.
Mhm. Well,
I don't think the
Um,
random toad would be the princess or the mayor's daughter. Getting struck by lightning has a bigger chance than that. Than a random toad.
then how would you rate those chances?
I would say 1 in a million.
it was not a
That
random
sounds-
toad, though.
So then the real question is, who did the toad belong to?
The toad.
Wasn't it in
I-
your room?
I found the toad below my bed this morning.
Hmm. Oh, did you kiss the mayor's daughter?
What?
If I had, I wish I would recall, at least.
You shouldn't tell him.
Oh no,
Well, if it's true, I wouldn't tell him.
we're gonna be
Oh,
hanged.
Yes. I don't know where this is going, though.
I think there might be a very easy solution to this, right? Because we all woke up, as you do. We were already in our nightwear, I suppose. I'm not sure if yours fit after a while. But if she did transform into a toad, then there should have been an extra set of clothing.
We could have a look.
Unless the
Wow.
toad had a very tiny dress on.
I just see
Yeah, I
this
wanna make it
toad in my
more
mind with his
awkward.
little dress on. It's just
With a little tiara.
with a tiara there as well. Oh.
You should stop here, and this is fine. You should.
I can now see the thing from Looney Tunes, you know, the frog. Come on, my lady, come on, my da da da.
Yes.
Let's go back to
Okay.
the happy board.
So you guys were
Jacket,
where were
yeah.
you going, guys? Were you already you were outside, right? And on your quest.
Yeah,
Let's
where are
check
you
out the
going?
happy ball, Leo.
Yeah, let's go to the happy board and take a look at your room, Daniel.
And innkeepers know a lot, right? Right?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, the-
Well, at least in
Yeah, that's
case we notices
debatable.
that we're free, so...
Well, cause you know, if I'm not a man, but he seemed very sad, and men don't get sad so much, I think. And he said his wife was so grieved, and but where is she? And what if his wife was a witch and he hates them from the bottom of his heart
where
right now?
do you get this information from?
I don't know, cause maybe the witch Gwendolyn didn't give him like, give me all your goals so I can give you your daughter back. Cause maybe she thought this kid is mine already, so I'm just taking her with me and it's fine like this.
You're suggesting that Gwendolyn is the mayor's wife, and we're just sent out to kill her.
Or his kid is also her kid. I'm not sure it's his wife
that is
yet.
preposterous.
Oh no.
Let's just get to Damien's room and find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Step by step.
all right.
Do you go back to the happy boar?
Yeah.
Yes.
You walk back to the happy boar. You see the stalls that you saw before. Most of them are now gone. They've been cleaned up. You see the tracks in the snow, like where the cart has been that moved the stalls away. Some of the windows of the houses are now open. You see some faces behind the windows looking at you in question and fright, you hear some muffled voices like, "Oh my god, look over there! What the hell is that? Oh my god!" The church doors, as you walk past the church doors, are being slammed shut. As you see, like a person coming out, like being closed, and you arrive back at
Damn.
Happy Boar.
It's not all
where
just that
Rob
bad.
has cleaned most of the mess that was there last night. And you walk in, and he's like, "Oh my god! Where'd you come from?"
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, you
I'll leave the voice back to Mr. Ragnario, because he was the character before.
Oh, dearie me. I didn't expect you guys back. How are your heads still on your shoulders?
You sound so surprised.
Yeah, usually Mayor Ringroot doesn't let anyone go.
But we're so
apparently-
lovely.
Exactly. Apparently, our story is not that unbelievable, dear Rob.
Okay.
And
Do you want to rent another room?
well, not another one. I'm at least interested in looking into the same one as I slept in last night.
Which one was that again?
And I would also like to know what the face of the person looked like that had rented it before. Since you do know the faces of people. God damn it.
God damn it!
No, it's fine. It's totally
Well,
fine.
it was a bit of a shady figure that rented that one room. Which one was that again? The one with the master size bed, the king size bed, or well, the large peasant size bed, I would say rather.
Uh-huh.
It was a bit of a shady figure. He had his hood on, but he was with a woman. I'm pretty sure, young girl.
Was
I
it this
told
hood?
you!
Oh God, what did I do?
I told you.
Was it this hood that I'm actually wearing now?
Now that you mention it, did you steal that hood?
Okay. And I was... No, it's my hood, apparently.
Has the
Well, let's
room
say
been
Yay!
cleaned?
it is my hood. And I came and I rented... Well, he rented the room. Let's not make presumptuous assumptions. He rented the room with someone else.
Well, I'm not gonna tell tale on the sounds I hear in the night, but let's say there was a lot of partying people last night, and I don't know what happens.
Was it a
Anyway, what
party?
happens in the happy bar stays in the happy bar.
Good to know. Well, apparently we came out, but that's all the more reason for us to have a little investigation in the room. If you're uncomfortable with it, let us know.
Are you gonna rent it again?
No, we're gonna clean it
Not-
up for you, of course.
Not
I-
Right now.
necessarily.
I'm already done with that.
Right now. Oh.
Did you
Did you-
find maybe some extra clothes?
Oh, I've found lots of stuff.
Could you give us a look at those?
Oh, sure, I dumped them with the rest in the back.
Okay. Oh,
Alright.
did the girl look happy?
Sure.
Was she...
I didn't see any
How old was
frowny
she?
faces last night.
How old was she, you think?
Sheesh, you think I'm her father or something? I have no idea how old she was.
Damn, yo.
She looked all grown up.
Grown up. Ah, that's early. Okay.
Well, you look like someone that has a good judge of character, right? So, I was just wondering. You have been a few rooms that were rented. Did one of them, one of your patrons look particularly old, with a walking cane and everything?
Let me think. Well, there may have been some older people as well, maybe someone with a walking cane. But at least everybody was still able to dance on the table and everything, so...
See,
Yeah,
you're not that old, and I turn to Leo.
he could be old, he could be I don't know.
Rob, you're probably pretty well connected in the city, right? Do you know the mayor's daughter? How she looked like?
Yeah, I've seen her a couple times.
Was that the same woman where the renter of the room of yesterday evening?
Was she there?
Ooh.
Was she at least at the party?
I think I've seen her in the tavern, but I thought she would just have left early like her father always tells her.
Well, maybe she
I
left,
couldn't
but
be
not in
sure.
the right direction.
So,
Right.
Sam, was it? No, wait, it was Rob, wasn't it? Yeah, Rob. Hi.
Sam is my brother.
Sam is your brother. Right, gotcha. How long have you been in town for?
Well, I grew up here, so
Do you happen to know
years.
the face of the mayor's daughter by any chance?
Are you gonna ask me the same question again?
Yes.
Why?
One could argue that I have a bird brain and I might have forgotten the answer already.
Well played.
Well, I would reckon yes, I could probably know who she is. Like I just told your cow friend.
Hmm.
Hey,
Moo.
Why? Are you gonna?
No,
Are
just-
we gonna redo this whole conversation?
No, no, no.
If it
Do
was-
you
How
know
about
her?
you point us towards the stuff that you found in the room?
Yeah, it's in the back.
Ain't that an idea?
There's
Okay, oh, one more. Sorry, one more. Do you know his wife as well?
yeah, I
mayor's wife.
suppose they come by every once in a while to collect taxes, though it's also sometimes the guards. It's not like I go for supper there or anything, because that's always when I'm working.
But he has a wife. Then
Yes. How else would he have
that's
a
a question
daughter?
mark.
How else would he have a daughter?
I don't know.
Adoption.
Let's go.
Yes.
I think he might even also have a son. I have no idea where he is, but
Oh no, let's go.
do you want to meet
search
him?
out.
Information.
Maybe later.
Oh, Ivy.
Uh,
Oh, I forgot. We're actually in the tavern. Eh.
oh well.
Damn it,
Let's
people!
go.
I
let's
forgot.
go through the stuff in the
Move
bag.
to the back of the tavern where Rob points you. And there is an entire, like, almost a stash of things. It's like a pile of maybe clothing and other things left there. The pile smells a bit filthy and dirty. You smell like alcohol and smoke and maybe some sour smell. You're not entirely sure what that could be, although you did smell it this morning.
Ah,
So what do you do?
I think it might be your milk that I can smell. It's past date, I assume.
well,
Yeah, it's
there
probably
was-
milk. You go have a look.
There was a lot
No,
of
no, it's
vomit
Damien
around
stuff,
as well,
really.
Timothy. But okay, let's make my hands dirty then.
Yes.
Thank you so
Better
much.
you than me.
Although we already had some reason to assume that there was someone with me in my room yesterday.
Yes, but that just mentioned a single female
Okay.
figure. Maybe it could have
I'll
been
rummage
Ivy.
around. I'm rummaging around.
And if you find a
Roll
dress,
an
it might
investigation
mean.
check, Mr. Damien.
A what?
Investigation.
Coming up.
And if you don't find a dress, she's still wearing it, so she didn't turn into a toad, right?
Unless the toad was wearing a dress.
Or she might not have turned into a
Yes.
toad. That would be
Well-
really great.
Mr. Damien, you go through the pile. Is anybody helping, by the way, or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay,
that's-
fine, I'll help.
No, that's fine. I'm just asking if somebody's
Oh, that's
helping.
fine.
Then, if Leo is helping, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, then I can roll with advantage.
Yeah, or
Oh.
Leo rolls separately, whatever.
Yeah,
you
let him
prefer.
roll as well.
Well, Leo,
Then
you can
we're
roll.
both investigating.
15. 14 plus 1.
Damien, you are mostly enamored with a ball of string that drops on the floor. You're like, that's interesting. And you feel the fur on your arms are starting to itch, and you can't help yourself but play with the ball of string, and you feel a bit more cat-like things coming up, like pushing things off the shelf, yes. Leo, you are still more in control, although you do feel that your skin starts to itch, and you pull some stuff aside, and you hold up a small pouch, which Damien recognizes. Hey, that's mine. I lost that one. It's empty, but you found a pouch, and next to that you find some.
It looks familiar. Are there more things that seem to be like mine?
And you find some garments which could have been from a female. You find a dress. It suits a woman.
So,
Could you
Are
give that to
there
me?
okay.
And I'll sniff it. Maybe if I recognize my own scent.
Well, Ivy, don't get me wrong, but you don't seem like a person that would walk around in a dress.
What does that mean?
You don't have quite the figure for it.
Well, look at yourself.
Oh, Timothy,
Well, that's why I'm not in a dress, you know.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have this
But
feline
sure, Ivy,
figure.
you
well,
smell the dress?
Yes.
Yeah, roll, what would we say, an investigation check as well.
Okay. Hold on. D&D Beyond has to load. Okay. It has to load a long time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, plus 2. Twelve.
12. Yeah, you mostly smell alcohol, smoke, maybe a hint of something else, and it does now smell familiar a bit, vaguely, but it doesn't smell like you.
Okay, then I hand it over to my cat-like friend and I say, "You can smell it. Here.
do I have to smell it?
Yes, please.
But it was in the acid smelling
Yes.
dirty pile of
Yes,
filth.
it was. Good
That's why I'm
observation.
not touching it.
Well, I'm willing to try, but I'm not sure what it would help us with. It looks pretty much like a dress, and if it was found in the room where I was sleeping, I'm pretty sure it wasn't mine.
But maybe you can smell the toad if we ever find it, and maybe they smell the same.
You did
No?
smell the toad.
I mean, you're a cat. Don't cats do that? Or was it a
Does it?
dog?
Would a toad smell like a person?
I don't know. I smell like a person, and I'm.
Just try it.
You,
What's the
you know
harm
what?
in that?
I'll have a
Mr.
smell.
Damien, roll a history check for you.
Oh,
To try to remember if you recognize the smell or not.
blah blah blah. Natural 20.
Give me a second, because I'm gonna send something to you, but not to the others.
Oh boy.
You smell it, and you immediately get memories of festivities. You remember holding drinks. You remember dancing. You remember music. You're not entirely sure where it is. It's vague, but you might think that the stalls are familiar. And you get a glimpse of a face. Looks like this.
My brain hurts. All right.
And
Nice.
it's you with a wig on. Sorry, I'm totally buying into the
like-
idea of.
Straight
Oh.
to your to your mind, but you're not sure. That's what you see for an instant.
All right.
Sorry,
love it.
stream, we cannot show it to you.
Sorry about that, guys. There we go.
Should I? Oh, something is happening.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I fixed it.
Can I share something with the
Well?
stream, or is it not?
Well, you can
I
share,
can
you can
leave
share
the old-
all the information that you have. Right now.
Yeah, but the out of character information. Okay. Anyway. No, I won't. I
Oh.
won't.
You can do it
Well-
at the end. You can do it at the end if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
Um,
describe what she looks like.
People ask.
You can totally describe what she looks like.
Well, the smelling seems to be definitely have been a great idea. I did get some recollection of what might have been yesterday and yesterday evening, the partying and the stalls outside the festival going on. And apparently, I also got the vision of a brown-haired girl with brown eyes.
The mayor had brown eyes and brown hair.
So,
That you can
knows?
remember that too. I wouldn't be able to remember.
Well, he was crying. I was paying attention.
Maybe we can ask the
but it
Rob
was
for-
just a glimpse.
for a description of the mayor's daughter. And if it matches,
That's true.
then I'm in trouble.
We should. We could.
Nice.
Yes, you are.
We could ask Rob.
But I don't know how that would eventually change our situation. How it would. We could at least take the dress with us in case we would need it.
Mhm.
To hand it back to
But-
the girl.
Oh yeah, because not to the father. Because I can imagine if we hand like over only the dress,
Only
that
the
we
dress,
give
yeah.
off a right signal.
Just the dress.
Yeah, no.
No, we didn't find your daughter, but.
Rob!
Yeah.
Rob!
Yeah, we can go.
Are you still in the trash?
Evan. Meow.
Meow?
I
Did you
would
just meow at
rename
me?
it.
I
I would
was
rename it. I wouldn't call it trash. I would call it maybe something like found and lost.
Sure, but I don't really. I thought you were just gonna look if something was in there, not take it all with you. Though you could, of
No,
course. I usually go down in
definitely
the
left
forest to
some.
burn it, but it's a bit cold now.
Why you want to wear this
definitely
dress?
What?
If you're not gonna wear it, so we can just take it.
Okay, let's.
Are you
let's
are you
start
always
anew,
going in
Rob.
people's backyards and their trash pile and just taking things?
We don't know.
Are you animals?
Yes.
We have no idea what we did before, and it probably does not feel natural to do this. But we are on some kind of assignment to find the daughter of the mayor at least. And since we found something, and I might have had a glimpse of memory. Here goes my phone. Bop, bop, bop. Nice. I was wondering whether the daughter of the mayor did she have like dark blonde hair and a dark brown eyes? Because I did get a glimpse of a face.
So I would say the eyes were pretty much brownish, but I'm not sure if her hair is more dark brownish or a little bit like ginger, maybe even. Could be both. I'm not certain.
Then the hunch might not be 100% to go for. But thank you very much.
What
No
color is the
problem.
dress?
It's red-ish.
What's with trees?
Alright.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, red purple-ish.
Thank you so much for your help, Mr. Rob.
I think I have to take this one, so I'll leave you guys for a
Okay.
sec.
Okay then. If someone is being called twice or 3 times, they might be in trouble. So let's give him a little bit. So what else do you do, guys?
Shall we go outside?
What-
I have a plan.
What, are we going to look for the toad finally?
Yeah.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah, the toad that would probably be our salvation, but we threw it out of the window.
Literally. One could say that we threw our plan out the window.
I did not throw
Yes.
her. Or him, I don't know.
Her
Let's
thing.
still not make assumptions before. Let's I'd say we'd better go
Yes.
and continue.
All right, okay, we'll go outside.
So, we know that the toads went to the outskirts of the town into the forest.
Where
We
we are
hope
going as
so.
well.
Well, she better after your wonderful instruction.
You should be.
Are you guys going
Sure.
outside now then? Alright, what you
Guess
notice when you get outside is that it's actually snowing quite hard. Is that the
Ugh.
word for it? There's quite a lot of snow coming from the air,
Well,
already
yeah.
filling in the tracks of the carts that have left town.
Yeah,
well,
ships.
I do hope for you that there wasn't some kind of cart that ran over the toad. Otherwise, we have some toad kills.
Hush, you! It didn't
Toad
happen. The
kill.
toad is
What
totally
did I do?
safe.
It's totally
I'm
fine.
going to go to
Totally.
This was not what I was planning for when I was going to talk about this tonight.
This is
Do you
gonna
really
be fine.
think
We're
that's
gonna
the
find
case?
it.
This is
Who
fine.
knows?
No. We're gonna find the toad. She is probably having some toad tea at the witch's house in the outskirts, and we're going there right now.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that they have
Vamonos.
tea
No,
made out
no,
of toad?
no. Shh.
Timothy, less
Hi.
talking, more walking.
Well, I can only do one of those. So I just talk more, right? Yes.
All right.
Tell us a happy story.
Will you tell us a story,
Yes.
Mary?
Oh,
That's an
again.
inside joke.
Again.
She threw a bomb on us in Don't Starve Together when I asked that last time. Or actually on herself. She killed herself. But not many people were there. It's in a clip. Very funny. Yes, of course it was an accident. Summarize. Is that your joke, Fisker?
Nope.
Okay, it's mine then. So where do you go? What's your plan?
Well,
The outskirts.
yeah, we're gonna look for an exit in this town because we have never been there, or we can't remember being here. So
Towards the forest side.
sure.
Can
Let
you-
me give you the village then. There we
We
go.
have to find a toad.
All right, then we'll carry on to the next scene,
The next
which is Mr.
Which?
Dunderholm. Will you read us the description of the scene?
Yes, I will. As you start walking along the road, seemingly leading out of town, after a couple of minutes, you see a little cottage on the side of the road. Outside of the cottage is a young woman in what seems to be a herb garden, or remnants of that, as most of it is at this point covered in snow. She seems to be looking for something. And you can all roll a perception check for that.
Yes, please. Perception. Bloop. 15.
22.
Nice.
If you roll the 14 or higher, you hear a voice coming from
I hear
inside
a voice coming from
the
inside
house,
the house.
saying,
Hurry up with the fruits for the tea. Our guests are nearly upon us.
is the voice you hear from inside. The voice sounds like it's choosing to be friendly, but could change at any second.
That's
You
peculiar.
are now quite close to the cottage, and you see the young woman picking something off from the ground and moving inside the cottage. What do you do?
I suggest to the rest that I could take a sneak peek inside before entering.
But I could also just walk inside.
Yes, you could. Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Apparently,
can,
they are expecting guests. Apparently,
And we could ask for the toad. Maybe she picked up the toad. I don't know.
If it all witches, the
Good
chances
point.
are.
Maybe the toad is the guest.
Maybe the toad didn't even arrive yet, but that's too negative. We don't think of that.
let's not talk about such depressing thoughts.
Oh no, not again. What did I do?
Oh, I could also walk in on my own, and if it's a trap, then you all seal it.
No, I'll do it. Like I sent her
I mean,
away,
they were-
and like
Aw.
so
Let's-
I'll take the risk. All good.
They are
Expecting.
expecting guests. So
How friendly.
No,
Can't.
no.
who knows?
All the witches
So-
seem to be helping us.
Are you guys were like still a couple steps out, and you've been discussing this like in front of the house. Well, maybe
Okay.
a little bit outward, I would say.
The girl has.
What is your plan of action after this little discussion you had?
I'll go first. I'll try.
You'll.
Oh.
The door is
I'll try to evade the
closed.
trap. If it's dangerous, then it's only me that goes. Yeah.
She closed the
I'll
door
start.
behind her, the woman. Oh, actually,
Also,
I've moved a picture into the chat.
Yes,
to
I-
share with the stream.
I forgot. Here, this is what you saw when you approached the house.
The young lady.
I'll start knocking on the
So
door.
it was a young lady with
brown hair.
ginger hair.
The woman outside had ginger hair, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fitting to what the bartender.
And she moved inside after
Strange.
she picked something up.
All right.
You're still a bit outside of the cottage.
Yep.
Leo, you approach it cautiously, but quite sure of yourself that whatever this is the best plan of action. You see, the herb garden where you are in now, it's a bit dug up. You see some roots being pulled from the ground. You see a little bucket with some snowed over roots, it seems, a collection of all manner of plants that seem to be growing through the winter and have not yet died. There's a strange smell coming from the house as you approach it a bit more closely. You try to determine what it is. Roll a perception check for me.
Alrighty. So this d20 plus 3. 22.
On a roll, brother.
Nice.
It's a strange combination, now you remember, of herbs being dried. You smell fragrance of all manner of things. There's a hint of strawberry for some reason. There's a hint of mint coming from inside. You smell a myriad of different smells coming from inside. So you think that there's maybe food being prepared or tea, or you're not sure, but there's clear sense that whatever there is quite fragrant.
Well, I'll knock on the door.
Can I, like, at least stealthily try to make a round around the house. Meanwhile,
Yeah, sure. Roll stealth check.
Alright.
You know there's snow, eh? And when you
I
step
know.
into snow,
But I'm also a kitty cat.
yeah.
He's Legolas, he walks on top of the snow. No, he doesn't.
14.
14. All right. Good for us to know that you have a 14 for stealth.
Yes.
But,
What do you do?
yeah,
Leo,
I
you
was
knock
like,
on the door, and a voice from inside answers.
Well, open the door, don't stand there like a buffoon.
The door opens, and a girl with red hair and let me see, with a red hair and a quite strange pointy head opens the door. There's some herbs stuck in her hair and on her head. A squirrel even runs from her shoulder to her head and back. She says,
Aw.
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, I made a little mistake. There was this toad that was the daughter of the mayor, and I might have sent it.
Can you
out
close the
into
door,
world.
please? The cold is getting inside. Come on in, Leo. I knew you were coming. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Can my friends join?
Yes, and get that cat out of the snow behind my house, please. He's trotting on things he doesn't know about.
oh,
It's safe, I think.
yes. Oh, as I walk past
Little
the
chance of
herb
dying
garden.
instantly.
Do I recognize any of the herbs growing outside? I have nature +3 if it helps.
Roll a nature check.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, +3. Oh, I was lying.
Liar, liar.
That's on fire.
Well,
Ooh, almost a 20.
well, never mind. I think it's 4 in total.
4 in total, you have no idea.
No. Okay.
No, you have no idea. All manner of things.
Something with leaves. Okay, and I enter as well.
One moment, the DMs are discussing something.
Uh-oh. We're screwed.
Sorry for the typing being loud, guys.
What?
And I see this great like saving point icon rolling now, so we're gonna get fucked.
What did Dunderholm's t-shirt say again? Yeah. Did you really expect they would all just walk into the witch's house? No, me neither.
I'm not gonna die, right?
What do we do now? Did
What's
we
wrong
rule
with
that
you
they would
guys?
all die at that point? Yeah, bro.
No, I mean, this is the end of the adventure, and we still have 2 hours to fill. What are we going to do?
We're fine, guys. We're
Did
fine.
you make those backup characters?
We just have to get our story straight. That's all.
Suddenly we're those other 4 people in the jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second part of the story.
We're all gonna die.
Okay.
That was you, yeah.
Stop whinging so much.
All right, we are agreed. So, the little witch, the young witch steps aside, and as you walk in, you see an old lady sitting in a little rocking chair by the bonfire. Actually, a little bit of knitwork on her lap. The bonfire is, or the fire is like really large. It's not so big it would like be a danger, or and it's not. It's actually smaller than you would expect for how warm it is in here. And she's just sitting there, and she's facing towards the door in one corner of the room. And I'm
Wait,
gonna
so
show her
she's facing
face to
towards
you.
us or not?
Yes, she's facing
So
you.
where these? Yeah. That.
Quite
And
good
this
day.
is the face you see.
Ah, gray hair, black robes.
So,
Definitely the right spot.
Oh, good day, milady.
good day.
Good
So-
morning, afternoon.
Well, I would welcome you, but we all know there is some business we need to attend to.
Well, let's be honest.
That means my messenger.
Go on, Rosalie, serve the tea for our guests. Let's get some pleasantries in place first.
Of course, Gwendolyn. I'll serve the tea. She shuffles back.
Well met.
What did you say the girl name was?
Rosalie.
Rosalie.
Huh, okay.
So, well met. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. My name is Timothy. I believe your name is Gwendolyn, and well,
She
I can
already
only
knows your
assume
name.
that she's Rosalie. I still want to be polite.
Yes,
Such
it's
a
not
good
very
boy.
polite to speak when somebody else is speaking, Ivy.
Yes, see,
You
It's
should know
very-
better.
And I will look at Gwendolyn. Could she arguably have a face that's what was the term again? She was still quite
Pretty.
pretty, yeah. Like, could you know apply that term
Um,
to it?
roll an insight check.
An insight check.
Or just use your tactical skill and say she's pretty anyway.
Would you consider yourself pretty? No, I'm not going to say that. Oh no, everything vanished. Oh, 21.
What are our odds of charming this witch?
So that you have to ask Leo. You
5.
are not sure if you would give it that name, but you're quite convinced that Glacinda, what's her face, would have used that term out of respect.
Ah. So this is a lovely, lovely place, a humble abode, if one might call it, for such a amiable person as yourself.
Get on with it, Timothy.
I'm just praising your, well, greatness, I suppose.
You know,
Well, thank you.
You look very wizened, and I'm sure you have aged well.
Thank you for not calling me old outright, Timothy.
I'm calling
It
you.
suits
I'm
you.
just saying. I'm just saying that you look very good for your age, for your youth. You have a very youthful appearance, despite the gray hair.
well, as you know our names, you
Yes.
probably also know about our problem here. Being
Yes, you turning
uh,
into a cat by 12 this night.
Thank you for
Oh,
here's your
confirming
tea.
that. And
Yes,
our
drink your
main
tea.
Our main concern is
I
the
have all
risk of-
day. You don't.
But the question is, do
Wait,
we
what?
exactly? Our main concern is the fact that we could turn into the respective animal permanently, and we would rather not do that. That is our main reason to be here.
I know, and groggy.
Well, if you had some...
Well, we
And
have
and-
multiple purposes, but that is definitely the main one, Leo. I'm sorry you got so attached to groggy, even more than me.
Did you
Who's
make it
groggy
through?
that
I'm
you
normally
speak of?
pretty.
We
So-
already had an adventure.
yeah,
All
we're
right.
talking about Anne. Yes.
Stop babbling, people. Let's get us to what you are here for. You want to be turned back to your original state, yes?
Yes, please.
Quite well observed. Might
I
say so.
could probably easily do that with a flick of my wrist, but we have been very harshly treated by this Eric. I've known this Eric since he was this little boy, even. Not a burgomaster at all just yet. But now he finally got it into himself that a witch's business during the Midwinter Festival is to be trifled with. This will not stand. I will help you if you get all the witches freed from the dungeons. And a big fat apology. They will be amended for their losses that they made for today. They could have had another day of winter fair and they didn't get any money from that now. So if you will see to that, then I will help you get rid of your problem.
Well, Gwendolyn, the setting free of the witches is probably something we could help with. The getting an apology for what has happened. Let's be honest, that is not necessarily within our the reaches of our might, and also not really connected to us. Well, it's not our
problem.
fault.
So-
It's not our fault, and we are the ones with the problems at the moment.
Exactly,
That's
and
right.
why do you think you are in that problem now, Damien? Don't you
I've-
remember last night?
Oh, if you would be a dear and explain it to us, dear Gwendolyn.
Well, one thing I know is that if you have a party and decide to go into town and have some fun at the witch's tent, you are prone to getting what you deserve, I'd say. And as far as I'm concerned, I could use some familiars.
Ah,
Why
did we
do
do
you
wrong?
boo-boo?
Well,
What did we do?
what did we do? What did we do?
What do you mean, what did you do? Can't you
Well,
piece the puzzle together yet?
They really don't remember, do they, mistress?
No, Rosalie, we don't. Anything at all.
Yeah, the only thing is that we know is waking up in these bodies.
I thought you'd be smarter.
Oh no, you must have misunderstood.
Well, the
Underestimate.
problem is you gave me a bird brain, so
I did not
Never
give
been-
you anything. Nobody chucked that potion into your face. You did that yourself,
Ah.
Timothy.
did I?
huh.
Yes.
Well.
And on that bomb fall, we're gonna have a break.
STP.
Oh, it's a P again.
No, it's 3 o'clock. We're gonna have a 15-minute break. In 15 minutes, we will return, and as they figured out what happened to them, we will figure out in part 3 how they are going to fix it.
Totally
Or not.
Fix this.
If they are going to fix this.
Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you all for being here. Thanks, people, for the follows. Bent Metal, Necrotic Nerd, very welcome, welcome, welcome. And we will be back in 15 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Soon.
See you soon.